Hi, welcome to the Human Operating System video channels. So this channel is only for educations and technology, nothing else. So a few days ago, I shared the video on Wing Chun and Jiu-Jitsu. And after that, I have friends from different martial arts around the world message me, asking me to share more. Since so many people like to know more, today I like to share with you something which is almost a taboo. People don't like to hear about it. But this is something Wing Chunner need to face. So if you don't like to hear what I'm saying or presenting in this channel for this video, please do not continue to watch, because there's no point to watch something to get mad or to feel sad or depressed or anything. The purpose of this channel is educations, is technology, is to provide solutions so that everybody progress. So there's no point to watch it if one have their own idea, their own way, okay? So let's get into something really critical for Wing Chun. So today we say that Wing Chun is a close combat art, right? Close combat art. And then also Wing Chun is a soft art. Soft. The Chinese say soft is raw. Soft, okay? Now, what is soft mean? What is soft mean? What is soft? If we don't know exactly what is soft, how it is, what it is, we never see one before, we are guessing, right? And if we are guessing, then there's no way we be able to achieve it or accomplish it, to learn it, to know it, to experience it, to get better, get very good at it, right? So what is raw? What is soft? Now, if you look at past about 8 decades, 80 years, you know what happened? When people talk about soft, you know what they do? They add another term in. They say that soft is internal. So the people add another term in. Soft is internal. So soft will be internal, like those people who play Taiji in the morning in the park. That's called soft. Okay? And that's also internal. So again, what is soft? Not to mention what is internal. So what is soft? What is soft? Okay? Now, adding the internal term in make it even more confused, because meaning that we don't solve the issue of what is soft and then we add internal in. So now, at first we have a problem of what is soft, and now you have another problem of what is internal. And then you say, well, internal is soft, soft is internal. And then they look like something people play Taiji in the park. Now it is in big confusion. Okay? And there's not stop yet. So you add soft, you add internal, and then you add what? Xing Qi to Dan Tian. And then somebody start to add in this, they have to have their spine straightened out. They have to lift their anus. Like Taiji. They have the Fajing like Taiji. They're soft, okay? And it is unended. Keeping it up for past 80 years, okay? So for decades, we all get into that, okay? Soft mean internal, internal mean Taiji, Taiji mean 心气 to 丹田, 心气 to 丹田 meaning you have to have straightened out your spine, and then you have to have your anus lifting, and you have to manipulate your spine this way, that way, and all kind of stuff. And still, what is soft? Nobody answered that. 80 years, okay? Check the history. So how can one develop anything if one have no idea what is soft and one had never see one? And how is that applied to the close range fighting? Really, you check the history for past 80 years, you see all this thing until today. And then people go study Wing Chun, and then go study Taiji or this internal, and then come back, they become internal Wing Chun. It's always like that. Okay? But how is those things, you look into the all these videos all around the world and books and all the teaching around the world, how the world is that solving the solved problem which nobody clearly say what it is, and how is it applied to the close range fighting? Didn't Wing Chun is a close range fighting? Sticking body fighting, sticking body, sticking hand, close range fighting. Now, you know what is soft? So tonight, I want to share with you. So here on, this is Ethernet era. Here on, let's get all the Wing Chunner in the entire world know what is soft right away, be able to achieve it, know exactly what the heck it is. Okay? And we solve one by one. We can solve, we can solve internal, we can solve this one by one. It's not like solve is internal, internal is Taiji, Taiji is Fajing, Fajing is 心气 to 丹田, 心气 to 丹田 mean you have to lifting your anus, all kind of stuff. Not that. Okay, so what is soft? Very simple. You go watch in the video, YouTube. Or if you have friends, or you even have yourself already practice Jiu-Jitsu or Judo, the bridging and escape, the bridge and escape, you know, in the ground, bridge and escape. Look at how they use their body in a flexible and resilient way. That is soft. It's not the guy who play Taiji in the park. Okay, somebody might call that soft or internal. That's their problem. But for the Wing Chun, soft, it is exactly flexible and resilient. It is exactly the body handling the body, the core, the leg, and the arm handling is exactly like the Judo or Jiu-Jitsu guy when they do the bridging and escape on ground. So I'm not saying that a Wing Chun is Jiu-Jitsu or Wing Chun is Judo. I'm saying that the handling of the body of the Jiu-Jitsu and the Judo practice while they are doing the bridge and escape practice, that is soft. That is soft, and then it has the resilience and flexibility, the flexible, right? By the way, Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu, the Jiu, or Judo, the Jiu is Rou in Chinese. It means soft. So, you want to talk about soft? Say if I can have this, if I have this, what do you call it, time machine, I bring you back to the 1850 freight boat. That's what it is. I bet you with anything. You see, the Japanese, they stick with their ancient culture. Even the Chinese culture, when they bring to Japan, they stick with it more than the Chinese. The Chinese is keeping create all kinds of stuff. And evidently right now, 160 years later, what is soft in Wing Chun? Oh, Taiji. Are you serious? And then say, why? Yes, because I'm the student of such and such internal art grandmaster or Wing Chun grandmaster. So what I'm saying is right. Hey, come on. Look into the culture. Look into the history. Let me share with you one thing. You know, the Chinese have their Chinese type of the esoteric Buddhism. Deal with mantra and all this thing. Okay? So in the Ming dynasty, the dynasty of General Qi Guang, the emperor don't like it because they say, shit, if people practice this, they're going to overturn me. So he screwed it up. Gone. The Japanese, they study in the Tang dynasty, the same, the Buddhism, you know, all this, the esoteric, the Chinese esoteric Buddhism. They brought it back to Japan. Until today, they keep the tradition, they protect the knowledge, the practice. So you look at that, you say, well, the Chinese in the ancient time, there's this monk, there's this Taoist, they know everything, they ultimate. Read the history. Is it that way? So, the Korean, the Japanese, they keep the General Qi Guang's martial art books, classical. They keep the term they study from China, but the Chinese don't. In the name of the Chinese culture, people create their own stuff. So many times you have to go to Korea, to China, to Japan, to look into what the heck is really going on. Especially now you have the cultural evolution, everything is a mess. And then you start to create all this internal, everything is a mess. So this is culture. The reason I tell you this is because be careful, watch out. Okay? Let's not screw ourselves because thinking that is up for everybody's interpretation. Like we go to Google, we just interpret whatever the Chinese writing we want, and then no, we need to use all this thing to verify what we are talking about. Now, so we solve the soft, right? You know the soft. The body has to be that way. That's why Wing Chun have a name for that body. It's called what? Snake body or willow body. Flexible and resilient. Well, is there anything high, ultimate? No, you look into you go to the judo or Jiu-Jitsu dojo, you look at people practice there every day, and in and out, because they have to use that at every roll. So why do we make it so magical that our thinking is something far away in the galaxy? And while you look at the Jiu-Jitsu guy, the judo guy practice it every day. Of course, they're going to be good in handling their body, their core, their leg, and their hand, and be able to synchronize, have this flexibility and this resilience. Instead of we sitting down there, standing down there, straightening our spine, lifting our anus, and then you're thinking, oh, someday I have this chi, and then someday I'll be able to have this magic power. Okay? Now, in terms of the 4 momentum zones, right? You have the long fish zone, the short strike zone, the takedown zone, and the ground fighting zone. The difference between the Wing Chun and the Judo, Jiu-Jitsu is this. Judo, Jiu-Jitsu is a close range fighting on ground. That's why they are their uniqueness is in the ground fighting momentum zone. Okay, that's why they need that type of snake body. If you look at those judoka or jiu-jitsuka, when they do the escape and breach, you know, on the floor, on the ground, you see it's like a snake, isn't it? Right? Nobody talk about this structure. I have the spine, I have the mind power, all this thing. Who is going to lift their anus when they're doing all those escape and mounting and bridging? Get real, okay? Just go sign into a jiu-jitsu class or a judo class and learn about it, and then see how the body have to move. Just for that is worth it for the tuition fee. Get a very good teacher and just go try it. Okay? So, Jiu-Jitsu, Judo is the art, the close fighting range art on the ground. While Wing Chun is a standing, close fighting art. When the judoka fight them roll in the ground, then they are sticking the body together. They do in the ground. But Wing Chun is supposed to stick to the opponent or stick to the wooden dummy, doing those similar type of thing like the judo or jiu-jitsu-ka, doing it on ground. But look at today's wooden dummy play. You stand like a gazillion light year away from the what do you call it? From the wooden dummy, and then you have this techniques. Do you use your body, your core, which is the first priority in the close range fighting? The characteristic of the short strike or close range fighting is the core. And the feet is the first priority. Look into the jiu-jitsu guy and judo guy. Okay. Short strike the same, written in Chinese. Okay, in books, in Shaolin book and so forth. That is the first priority because they have to move out and all this thing, right? That's why I say look at people doing the bridge and escape and so forth. Okay. So that's how it is. Okay, now if we don't develop that, how are we gonna stick into other people's this close range? And then everybody say, you know, Wing Chun is fight between this elbow and close body. But have you seen anybody fight that way in the past 70 years? Or everybody out of that way, that place? Well, you look at the Jiu-Jitsu and Judo guy, didn't they fight within this close range? They know how to use their body. So if you want to say that the soft of the Wing Chun, which is a close range fighting, that is in the similar category of the Judo and Jiu-Jitsu guy doing those like the escape and bridging and so forth on ground. But the difference is we do it standing up. Come to close, you're going to do all this. Okay? So that's all. Now, for the Wing Chun, we know that for sure the core, the leg supporting the core is first priority, the arm is second priority. And then you have the 7 balls. And then you have the 4 momentum handles. Like in the last video, I'm talking about the 4 momentum handles. in the Wing Chun Matrix books. I think it's here. This is very important thing. If you don't have the 7 balls and you don't have those 4 momentum handles, you cannot play. You don't have enough thing to play. And you know, if you look at the Jiu-Jitsu and the Judo friends who do in the ground, you look at how they use their body, okay? And so the 4 momentum zone, so the Jiu-Jitsu guy is here, the Judo guy is here, is close range, right? This is close range. Only Wing Chun is a standing art. This is the on ground art. It doesn't mean that Jiu-Jitsu doesn't stand. It's just that is their killing field. There's their expert, right? So this is in the Wing Chun Matrix. And the 7 bowls, you know, in my other books and so forth. So you need that. You need to handle the core, and the leg is the first priority, the arm is second priority, and then you need to handle your 7 bowls so that you have all the control, the handles to control, and then you need the 4 momentum handles to control so that you be able to implement the soft snake body, right? Using the shoulder, using the hip, using the all sort of stuff. Using the thigh also, just using the thigh, because you can use the thigh to jam people. Okay, what kind of stuff. So that's what it is. See, we don't even talk about internal yet. We talk about this soft. So hopefully this one, everybody clear up. Okay, Wing Chun is a very good art. But if we don't know what it is, we keep on guessing, we have no idea what it is. We can never get there. Okay? And you have all this movie, you add in this, add in that, oh my God, okay? So, the reality of self, the truth of self, I share with you today, okay? There's a reason why Jiu-Jitsu is good, why Judo is good, why those people who talk about this self, fudging, and you have this chi, never work. Just look at the Jiu-Jitsu guy, the Judo guy, even their basic training of bridging, the escaping, they use their entire body. Not fixed there, or I have to have a structure, I have to stand like a straight, okay? And then I have to do this, I have to do that, I have lifting my anus, and have the chi and everything. Just look at those people who do escape. Do they have to straighten out their spine and this way and that way, lifting their anus? If they do that, they might as well don't move. Just lay down in the ground, okay? And then they practice the chi. But reality is not like that, right? So this is to share with you today. I know this is something which is many people will not like to hear. If at this basic level we are not clear on what it is, how the world will get into internal? We can. So maybe next time I'm talking about internal. Okay? So you need to know fighting is about momentum. And then you need this for standing close body, using the body, the leg, the arm. You need to handle the 7 balls, and you need to be able to handle make use of the 4 momentum handles, so that one be able to really fight between this elbow and body range. Otherwise, never train. The body never train. Okay?